Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Casper. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. What do you say? Let's take a look at the news that's trending from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. We start the week right off where we left in Budapest, Hungary, the 2013 World Championships. Fans there were able to watch perhaps the most spectacular wrestling performance in American history. We go to the third day of competition. A 74-kilo star, Jordan Burroughs, soared through the weight class to earn his third consecutive world or Olympic gold medal, all the while doing so with a broken left ankle. Burroughs started competition facing Tajikistan Zaliyev. Burroughs came out with a reserve strategy, assessing his opponent, and after giving up a takedown in the first, Burroughs reeled off 6 straight points to earn a 9-2 tech fall. In the second round, Burroughs faced India's Narsingh Yadav. The Indian was on a tear, beating Russia's Kubetsi by tech fall in the opening round. While Yadav was scrappy, Burroughs was able to dismantle the Indians' game en route to a 7-0 tech fall of his own. Then the man from America faced the powerful Azerbaijani in the quarterfinals. Would the two-time world bronze medalist prove the undoing of the impressive American? Well, remember, Hazanov's 2 world bronze medals came at 66 kilos, a weight below the 74 he and Burroughs would contest in this year's championships. The battle would prove to be extremely tough for Burroughs. Early on, Hazanov was able to keep the match close, utilizing a defensive strategy, and after the first period, Burroughs led 1-0 only, but thanks to a couple double-leg takedowns late in the match, Burroughs pulled away to win 7-0. Now we go to the semifinals. It was there that Burroughs would face Ali Shabanov of Belarus. The fans at the venue and those watching around the world on the edge of their seats for sure. Early in the bout, Burroughs trailed 1-0 after losing a point to the new shot clock rule. He would soon take the advantage 2-1 after striking with his patented double-leg takedown. Leading 4-1 in the second period, Burroughs would secure yet another takedown after a wild scramble that would, for all intensive purposes, put the match away. Moments later, the Belarus wrestler would be disqualified from the bout for multiple hands to the face calls. Burroughs won by disqualification and would advance to the finals to face the very tough Iranian Akbar Inzar Inkolai. This would mark the 3rd straight year that Burroughs would face an Iranian in the finals, but would the result be the same? Well, let's take a look. Burroughs opened the scoring with a push-out 2 minutes into the contest to take a 1-0 lead. After 5 tough minutes of wrestling, Burroughs would score another push-out, increasing the lead to 2-0. 40 seconds were left on the clock, and that's what was left in the match. Burroughs would secure a 4-0 lead courtesy of a snap-down single leg, and he'd ride it out for yet another world title. After his finals match, Burroughs revealed to the public that he broke his ankle less than 1 month before competition in Budapest. The injury required surgery to insert 5 screws and a metal plate in his ankle for stability. Here's what Jordan had to say just moments after striking gold for the 3rd straight year.
I wanted to be with my team, so I just met up with my team this week, and everyone was happy to see me, and I'm like, guys, you won't believe this. Like, last time they saw me, I was on crutches. Yeah. Now they're looking at me, I'm winning world titles. So they're like, it's like amazing stuff.
Jordan's college coach at the University of Nebraska is Mark Manning. He talked about Jordan's performance at the championships.
26 days ago, we're North Briargate Parkway or wherever in Colorado Springs in a surgical room, and see him today win it. 5 pins in his ankle, 2 plates.
Well, the men's freestyle team would end up in 5th place in the team standings after Burroughs' golden performance on Wednesday night. U.S. head freestyle coach Zeke Jones talks about his team's performance.
We were 2 to 3 wins away from 4 medals, 3 wins away from 4 medals, maybe 4 wins away from 4 medals, and certainly 3 mistakes away from what most people would have said, wow, America had a good tournament.
Folks, stay tuned. We'll be back. There's more. You're watching USA Wrestling.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Hi, I'm Wayne Boyd, Director of Operations and Development for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. The club was founded to help wrestling worldwide, especially at our senior level, of course at the collegiate level and the high school level. But the most important level for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club is the kids level. And these are some of the guys today that will be tomorrow's Olympic champions. Let's hear it, guys.
Titan Mercury!
That's Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, San Marino, California.
While Jordan Burroughs amazed the world, 2 American women would take his lead in Budapest, seeking world championships of their own. 48-kilo U.S. star Alyssa Lampe would get things started for the women, earning a bronze medal for the 2nd consecutive year. Last year, she won bronze at 51 kilos. Lampe started her conquest with a 36-second tech fall over India's Nirmala Devi. Lampe opened up with a takedown and a couple quick turns to win 7-0 and advanced to the next round, where Japan's talented Eri Tasaka was waiting. Now, the matchup of the top 2 ranked wrestlers in the world did not go in the Americans' favor. Tasaka would end Lampe's finals run with an 8-0 tech fall, and Tasaka would eventually make the finals, which pulled Lampe back into contention for a bronze. In Lampe's first repechage bout, she faced the Romanian Madalina Lingoraru. Lampe came out firing to earn a 7-0 tech fall over the Romanian. Next up, Kazakhstan's Tatiana Amzal. Again, Lampe impressed the fans in competition with an 8-1 tech fall that secured her spot in the bronze medal round. Standing in Lampe's way for the bronze, Melanie Lesaffre of France. Lampe held nothing back as she secured a huge 3-point toss right off the whistle, following that with a powerful arm bar for the fall. We talked with Lampe just seconds after her bronze medal performance.
You know, it's never a perfect day until you win gold, so, and even then, like, there's still some things you need to work on, so I'm going to take a month off and then, you know, get back working hard again.
Well, a very explosive Victoria Anthony was also in competition on that day, and she wanted some. Anthony put together an incredible performance in her first World Championship outing, coming literally inches away from appearing in the gold medal bout. Her day started out impressively enough with a 5-minute, 12-second fall over Bulgaria's Trandeva. In the quarterfinals, Anthony drew Poland's European champ, Roxana Zazina. It was tight early, but Anthony would pull away in impressive fashion to score a 7-0 tech fall. Then the talented young American's train came off the rails. Well, the semifinals would prove to be her undoing. Facing Mongolia's Sumaya, Anthony utilized her dynamic offensive technique to score 3 early takedowns, earning a 6-0 lead in the first, only 1 point away from a tech fall and a finals berth. But then Anthony got caught in a headlock and was pinned, finding herself in the bronze medal match. The deflated Anthony appeared to have no gas left in the tank as she dropped her bronze medal round to North Korea's Sim-Haeng So. 0-8 the final score. Anthony talked with us about her first World Championship performance and winding up in 5th.
Okay, like I'm here, I'm wrestling with these girls. I ended up teching a girl that was 2nd in the world, a weight up. So I'm like, you know, I'm 100% here, and I just need to believe in myself from here on out.
Next up, day 4 of the World Championships, and it produced another medal-winning performance for Team USA. 3 more women competed for the title of World Champ. Defending World Champ Elena Paraskova performed admirably on her way to a bronze. Paraskova began the day with a 9-2 tech fall over Egypt's Hayat Farg, setting up the deciding bout for her side of the bracket. Her next opponent would be Mongolia's Batsetseg Surzabold. This second-round match proved a battle indeed. The momentum went back and forth between the two, but Paraskova was trailing 4-1. She scored a takedown to cut the lead to a single point late in the match. Going for broke, Paraskova locked in a body lock and attempted to throw, but got caught on her back and was pinned. The Mongolian made it to the finals, giving Paraskova new life. Elena's first repechage round opponent was Venezuela's Josefina Herrera. At 1 minute 11 seconds of her first period, Elena stuck her Venezuelan opponent to the mat. Paraskova was now only 1 win away from the bronze. Paraskova then took on Italy's Marina Diana and did not disappoint. She utilized 3 takedowns and a turn on top. Paraskova scored an 8-0 tech fall and advanced to the bronze medal round. In that round, it was Paraskova who would face the tough Russian Anastasia Brachikova. Points were hard to come by in the match, and Elena used a collar tie shrug to take a 2-0 lead about a minute into the bout. The match would end with the same 2-0 score, and Elena would take home the bronze. Paraskova talked about her performance.
I had a really good warm-up. I was hitting some shots and stuff. I just, wrestled a little tentative, especially once time started dwindling down a little bit. I'm really happy I got a medal. I'm just really happy I got a medal.
At 55 kilos, returning world silver medalist Helen Maroulis came up short of a medal after starting off strong, opening with 2 victories. In her first match, Maroulis battled Kim-Ok Han of North Korea, who herself is a world medalist. The match went back and forth, and Maroulis scored a late takedown and a fall with 5 seconds remaining in the bout to advance to the second round. Vietnam's Tai Hum Pham was looking to end Maroulis' run, but Helen took control of the bout and recorded the fall at 2 minutes, 8 seconds of the match. In the quarterfinals, Maroulis would face Swedish world champ Sofia Mattsson. Now, the Swede came out strong, taking the 5-0 lead early in the first. Maroulis, however, would get an early takedown in the second period, but Mattsson followed with a takedown of her own for the 7-2 lead. Maroulis would score 2 more takedowns later in the bout, but came up just shy of the semis, losing 7-6. Mattsson would make the finals, which pulled Maroulis back into the repechage, where she would face Bulgaria's Maya Hristrova. Maroulis would get caught on her back trying to hit a boot scoot arm drag and gave up the early fall, knocking her out of medal contention. Maroulis finished in 7th place overall. We talked to Helen about her day at the World Championships.
I think it took me too long to pull the trigger, and 7-6, I lost by a point. Wrestling this sport, we face adversity all the time. Right. I didn't shake it off.
Well, competing in her first World Championships, American Allie Reagan posted a solid performance, but came up just shy of the medal stand, finishing in 9th. Reagan began the day in impressive fashion, earning a decisive victory over Russian Svetlana Lepetova. Reagan recorded a fall over the Russian in 4 minutes and 24 seconds, giving her a berth in the quarters. In a controversial bout, Reagan faced Japan's Ayaka Ito. Ito was awarded the match's first point after Reagan was unexpectedly put on the shot clock. The match would remain 1-0 until Reagan scored a late takedown for the 2-1 lead. With less than 10 seconds remaining in the match, Ito would take Reagan down for a 3-2 win. Now, the Japanese athlete would lose in the semifinal round, knocking Reagan out of medal contention. We talked to her about her first performance at the World Championships.
I definitely felt really ready to come out in my first match, and I felt her out a little bit too much, and I should have been more offensive, but I came out on top, so that was a good match. But second one, not so much.
Our news from Hungary continues. We'll be right back.
Wrestlers, are you ready for the next step? USA Wrestling challenges you to test your skills at the USA Wrestling Cliff Keen Athletic Folkstyle Nationals. Become a national champion. Head to the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa on April 5th and 6th to compete against the best wrestlers in the country. Last year's event featured 1,200 cadet and junior wrestlers from 32 states on 26 mats. For more information about this event and other tournaments, visit usawrestlingevents.com.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Well, Day 5 of the World Championships saw 2 American wrestlers in medal contention, starting with defending world champ Adeline Gray. She picked up the bronze medal at her new weight of 72 kilos. Gray began the day making quick work of Colombia's Andrea Gutierrez, picking up the fall in a little over a minute. In her second round match, Gray would face a tough Fengli Zhang of China. Zhang controlled the match, earning the 9-2 tech fall, but when Zhang advanced to the finals, guess what? Gray was pulled right back into competition. In her only repechage bout, Gray picked up a close 2-1 victory over Kazakhstan's Guzul Munirova, putting her in the bronze medal bout against Turkey's Yasmin Adar. Gray fought off an early scare from Adar in their opening scramble of the match, and utilizing excellent technique, Gray went from almost being taken to her back to securing a takedown of her own for a 2-0 lead. Well, the first period would end 4-2 with Gray in the lead, and she would tack on 4 more in the second for an 8-2 win and a world bronze. Gray talked to us about her unmet expectations at this year's Worlds.
I really wanted to give that gold to my team, and I feel a little disappointed in myself, and definitely ready to go back to the drawing board and make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Well, another U.S. athlete competing on the final day of women's competition at Budapest, Veronica Carlson, doing so at 67 kilos. She finished 10th after going one-on-one on that day. In her first match, Carlson trailed Egypt's Nadia Anter 3-0 early before securing a takedown on the edge to cut the lead to 3-2. Anter was hurt on the takedown and withdrew from the match, giving Carlson a spot in the quarterfinals. In that round, Carlson would face Xingting Zhao of China, but the Chinese athlete proved just a little too much, defeating Carlson by an 8-0 tech fall. Zhu lost her semifinal bout, knocking Carlson out of medal contention. We talked to Veronica after her first World Championship experience.
Well, I felt like I came out with a good attitude, but sometimes being at your best isn't enough here, and that's why it hurts so much.
Coach Terry Steiner.
You know, we've got to win those matches. You know, if we're going to win as a program and as a team, you know, we got to have the ability to, you know, to win those matches.
Well, we go to day 5 of competition. Time for the Greco-Roman guys to hit the mats. That's where Spencer Mango got things started for the U.S. at 55 kilos. Mango put on his best World Championship performance to date, earning 5th. He opened the day with a tough match against Finland's Jani Hapamäki, but Mango scored 2 takedowns for a 4-0 victory and a trip to the quarterfinals where he'd face Korea's Go-jin Choi. The Korean would prove to be a challenge for Mango. Choi opened up with a 4-0 lead, but Spencer cut it to 4-2 late in the match. Unable to close the gap any further, Mango would fall 4-2, but Choi would go on to make the finals, giving Mango new life in repechage. There he would face Morocco's Food Fajari in his first repechage bout, picking up a nice 7-0 tech fall and a place in the bronze medal bout against Kyrgyzstan's Kenybek Julchubekov. Mango found himself trailing 2-0 on an early takedown, and that's where it would stand until late in the second period when Mango secured a body lock toss to the back and another 2 points on top for a 5-2 lead. Julchubekov would challenge the call but would lose, giving Spencer the 6-2 win. Well, the bronze medal round had Mango against Armenia's Romanian Omoyan. In a flurry of moves nearly 2 minutes into the match, the score went from 0-0 to 5-4 in favor of Omoyan in just a matter of seconds, and that's how it would end, with Mango coming in just shy of 1 point of the bronze. We talked to Spencer.
I saw the scoring a little differently, but you know, you can't leave it in the ref's hands, so when it all comes down to it, I should have put more points on the board.
Well, Greco-Roman wrestlers Jesse Thielke, Jordan Holm, and Kayla Williams entered the spotlight on day 6 of competition. It was the first World Championships for all three. Thielke had the best American performance on the day, finishing in 8th overall. He opened up with a spectacular 9-4 victory over Christos Theodorakis of Greece. Thielke trailed early, but hit 2 monstrous 3-point throws for a 9-4 tech fall. In his second round bout, Thielke faced India's Ravinder Singh, where he'd pick up the fall courtesy of a second period headlock, securing a place in the quarterfinals against Korea. Well, the quarterfinal bout was highly competitive. Thielke trailed early 3-0 after the Korean hit an arm spin, but he came right back with a takedown and turn of his own for a 4-3 lead. Wu would then secure 2 takedowns and win the match 7-4. The Korean lost in the semifinals, knocking Thielke out of further competition. We talked to Jesse about his first Worlds experience.
I could have won it today. You know, I can win it on any day. I'm that good, getting that good, and these guys aren't. You know, that's why they have to stall, use tactics, rely on the refs, and that's going to come back to bite them in the end.
American Jordan Holm went 1-1 on the day. He scored 4-1 victory over Pedro Garcia Perez of Spain in the first round. In the second, he fell at the hands of Finland's Rami Hatiniemi by the score of 8-0. Now, the Finn was defeated in the semifinals, which knocked Holmes out of medal contention. Jordan talked to us at the end of the competition.
I feel like I'm right there. You know, I watch these guys. I know I can out-pummel and pummel right with a lot of these guys, and if not, out-pummel all of them. And wasn't able to demonstrate that today.
Now we go to 96 kilos. American Kaylor Williams drew Turkey's Cenk Ildam in the first round. Williams was disqualified late in the match after receiving his fourth caution of the bout in a somewhat controversial call. The Turk would end up losing before the finals, eliminating Williams from further contention. Here's Kaylor Williams after his performance.
There's no great success without challenge or failure or anything like that. I know for a fact that this will not be my last World Tournament. I'm going to be around here for a long time, and they're going to have to look out for me. I'm going to come back. I'm going to win this thing.
Our coverage of the 2013 World Championships continue when we return. Stay tuned.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, we go to day 7, the last day of competition at Budapest. The United States would send its final 3 Greco stars to the mat. One day prior to the 66-kilo competition, the U.S. announced that U.S. World Team Trials runner-up Ellis Coleman would replace Justin Lester as the 66-kilo rep for the team. Lester was forced to withdraw for medical reasons. Coleman had a tough draw on short notice and was defeated in his first match of the tournament 2-2. It was Turkey, Jaksel Atakan, who would do the job. The Turk would be defeated in the quarterfinal round, eliminating Coleman from contention. Ellis Coleman on a tough day at the championships.
I should have been ready, more prepared. I was called out to do business. I was called on duty, and I didn't perform. I didn't go out there and get the task done.
74 kilos was up next, and American Andy Bisick had a promising performance, posting a 1-1 record on that day. He defeated hometown favorite Balint Korpasi of Hungary 2-1 in the opening round before taking on Emre Kus of Turkey. Bisick lost a heartbreaker to the Turk 3-1 and was eliminated from medal contention after Kus lost in the semis. Emre was in the eventual bronze medal round and won at 74 kilos. American Andy Bisick talked to us about his championship performance.
The match I lost, I don't feel any other day I could win it, just as easily as I lost today.
Well, the American rep at 120, big man Robbie Smith. He had an excellent performance on the day, finishing in 7th overall. Smith defeated China's Xiaoming Ni in the first round, utilizing excellent conditioning to take the match 3-1. In the second round, Smith would face the 5th-place finisher from last year's Olympic Games, Losif Chugashvili of Belarus. Smith would take down the Belarusian competitor in impressive fashion by the score of 5-0, setting up a quarterfinal matchup against Olympic bronze medalist Kolyup. Smith would go down quickly to Kolyup, courtesy of 2 arm throws, dropping the bout to the score of 6-0. Kolyup was upset in the semis, knocking Robbie out of further contention. Smith talked to us about his first trip to the World Championships.
Stuff happens, and just got to learn from it, come back next year, and I'll be on that podium one day.
Coach Steve Frazier gives us his final thoughts on this year's Greco-Roman performance.
We're gonna keep working. We're gonna keep getting better. I mean, we have to get better. That's what it is. The rules are good. We like the rules. They're improvement. I thought the finals, the last night especially, were just unbelievable, exciting, and wonderful to watch. So there's a lot of good things happening in Greco now. The United States team just got to get better.
Well, it's time for our Photo of the Week contest. The pictures are sent in by families and fans from around the country and are being considered for our photo contest page in USA Wrestler magazine and for our Facebook page as well. This week's photo was taken by one of the world's top photographers, Tony Rotundo, at the 2013 World Championships, and it shows Jordan Burroughs celebrating his third world or Olympic gold medal in as many years after that important victory over Iran in the 74-kilo finals. Have your photographs considered for our contest simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Folks, that'll do it for this week's show. From all of us at USA Wrestling, from all the athletes and coaches, I'm Scott Casper, and thanks for watching.